Welcome, listeners, to another Minisode. Of course, as always, we're going to be covering a variety of topics. Most importantly, taking you into a little look into our personal lives, and also a chance to discuss our previous episodes.
Please remember, if you love this episode, to share it with a friend and leave a review.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, Eddie Gagnon! And in the opposite corner, Kristen Gagnon! This is What's Special About Special.
I wanted to say that.
Well, hello there. My name's Eddie Gagnon.
Eddie, I don't want to be here all night.
Welcome and thank you for joining us. My name's Eddie Gagnon. That was perfect. Kristen.
Your voice.
All right.
Hey, everybody.
Good evening.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on when you're listening.
No, it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
It's good evening because it's been a long day here.
Yeah.
Even though it's not that late right now, technically on the clock, I feel like it feels like a long day. And it's very late in our minds because it hasn't gone well.
Takes more effort to be, miserable.
Oh, interesting.
I must be really tired.
Well, listeners, we don't really have a slate to talk about today for today's episode. So we just thought, it would be a good opportunity to share with you guys how every day is not perfect. And, we struggle as well parenting. Just parenting is hard. Being a special needs parent is difficult. But parenting as a whole is hard.
Parenting sucks.
And I will say that I think 99% of the time we do really good as a team.
No, I would say 90% of the time.
Today was not that percent, whatever it might be.
Yeah, it's 10%.
A lot of times I'll hear feedback from our podcast like, you guys are great together. You guys you guys are such great advocates, great parents. You guys do this. We're not always that great.
You guys are a great team.
Today was not that day.
No.
So without getting into details, we just weren't a good team.
I was a good team. You were just a jerk.
No.
You were mean to everybody.
You were upset. To other parents out there.
You were a brat.
I was a brat.
All day.
I'm still in a brat mood, and I'm not gonna say I'm not. I think that's okay as a parent or a mother to just be in a brat mood.
It's okay for you to do it when we're...
Let me finish. It's okay for me to be in a brat mood sometimes. This is where I come from. This is where it came from. It was a long week in general. It's been a long few weeks. It's been a long month. Quarantine's been long. It's all been long.
It's been a long time.
That's annoying. I'm burned out. We're coming onto the cusp, a few days away from vacation, which has been adjusted and readjusted and readjusted and readjusted multiple times, which is not good for, I don't do well with that kind of change. When I have a plan, I need the plan to go the way that I plan it. It hasn't worked well. We've lost a lot of money into this. It's stressing me out. So now we're coming up on this vacation that doesn't sound like it's going to be relaxing, which is stressing me even more. And I kind of was looking forward to this weekend to just kind of reset so that I can get through the next few days and then we can be on whatever our vacation might end up looking like. And we had a plan for today, semi-plan. I felt like I was doing all the work to make that happen and have a nice family day. Didn't feel like I was getting a lot of input and help. No one was really participating and being excited about having a family day.
Well, I was working, so yeah.
No, I understand. But then by the time we got home, it was later and we couldn't really do the things that we had planned, which was fine. Then when it's just, nothing was working. it seemed to me like everything wasn't working. And I understand they were small little differences, but today was just not the day for that to happen for me. I was being bratty. I get it.
Yeah, because we could have done those things, but you're like, it's too late. It's not too late. It wasn't too late. You just thought it was too late.
Okay. I did. It just didn't work for me. It just wasn't in my brain. And then I felt like continuously, kids whining. Folks, does that happen in your life where just there's a day where you're maxed out on kids whining and dogs barking? I just couldn't take it anymore. That's just, there's not an excuse for it. Matt was maxed out. That's where I was. And that's where we are now. I'm burned out. I'm tired. I'm maxed out. And I just don't have a lot of energy left to put on the happy mom face and wife face. And
yeah, I hear you. I like how you just threw a little Zach Morris little thing.
What's that?
You were like, hold on, folks. And you consulted the crowd, which is hilarious. So pause. Let me tell you. So, but yeah, no, you still, again, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah. I guess that's my point. It didn't go right. I'm sure I could have handled it better.
Dude, yeah.
Everyone in the house could have handled it better.
No. See, no. No. I think that and when I say we, I mean me and the kids, were just at the mercy of your wrath. And you're upset, and we got nothing to work with.
I think as a mother, I don't think you're understanding that. On a regular basis, I'm at the mercy of everyone else's wrath.
I've
put out fires all day long.
No, because you'll tell them, stop, don't do that. You don't bring that here.
Right.
And everybody stops immediately.
That's my job, to put out fires all day long. You do it, and everybody's
like, well, just got to deal with that.
Right. Exactly, you do.
See, that's not...
It's one day. I put out fires all the time.
Because it's not just one day.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we're having this episode over one incident, right? Yeah.
No.
It was just one day.
I think obviously this came at a culmination of many frustrations, and today was kind of the head of that. And being burned out and tired isn't helping my patience level and my energy level and being able to speak with probably the level of respect that I could have had. I'm admitting my faults here in this. No, but
you got to just stop having these crazy expectations on what it's going to be like going out with a family. Period.
Okay, that's great.
You know
that's
what's going to be like going out with a family?
Not fun.
Exactly. So just do the spontaneous stuff and do whatever. That's why you make it fun. I can make it fun.
All right, let's put this out here.
With me.
Special needs families. This is the perfect. You just said it perfectly. No, you just said it perfectly. Me wanting to control you just want to be spontaneous. And at 4:00, at 2:30, you wanted to get in the car and go to the beach. For everyone that doesn't know us, which is everyone pretty much, or everyone that listens probably does know us, but we are 2-hour drive at least from a beach. So at 2:30 during quarantine on a weekend, we haven't been to the beach in 10 years. We don't have a lot of the beach stuff we do have is probably not good quality, and we don't really have anything to take to the beach. We would have had to pack up.
She says that we have plenty of awesome beach stuff.
Okay, so we would have had to pack up, get a cooler together, do whatever we need to do, put everybody into the car, get everybody going, which was a change of plans, which doesn't handle well for either one of our children when they have their mindset on what we're doing. And then we decide to change that to a large thing, and anticipation and excitement never goes well for anyone in this house. So we're now going to do that. Decide to go to the beach we get there for what? 4:30?
Yeah.
To do what at 4:30 at the beach?
Be like, hey, we're at
If
the
we
beach.
can get
Look at
into
this.
a beach.
Lay down. Let's make a sandcastle. Eddie, Bella, I'm going to throw you in the water. Like,
You're going to throw her in the water.
No, she'll probably just lay and she'll be like, she gets
with
to
her
do
headphones
Instagram
on and a
stuff.
hoodie.
I'll go take pictures of her like in the sand dunes or something like that. I don't know.
I think you have an expectation of how something will go. And I have a more realistic expectation of what I think I think about what happens past when we do spontaneous things and the meltdowns and the difficult time we have. And yes, should I look at just what could be and say, if we plan this right and we do this the right way, everyone will have a good time. That would be great in an ideal world.
Optimist does. Yep.
It is what an optimist does. But realistically, as a special needs parent, I know that we're going to have many meltdowns and someone won't be able to do something and someone will be unhappy. And for me, just trying to control the situation so that everyone is having a good time, it seems terrible and stressful and anxiety ridden. And that doesn't seem like, I feel like then they leave and they don't have an experience that they can look back on and enjoy. I'm just trying to create experiences that they can look back on and say, oh, wow, I really loved that time we went to here. I really loved that time we went to here.
Yeah, I feel like we'll have a better time of that. Be like, remember that time we just picked up and went here? And we just did this and we just did this? Like, that's the fun stuff. That's
okay. And you made this point earlier, and I don't disagree with you that I will try that out. I said I will try it. I just don't agree that it'll work.
Cool.
I'm apprehensive that it will work.
No, you're valid to your opinion.
I'm hoping it will work. I mean, I want either whatever happens, I just want our kids to have a good experience.
Just as long as they have fun.
Like both our versions of our Disney World trip are different.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example. Like your version of our was just like it's Disney World. It was this perfect, happy, wonderful
No, I didn't
trip.
say it was this perfect. Jesus. Oh my God.
My version of it is everyone was crying, was miserable and complaining and whining. It was beautiful. It was Disney, obviously.
There was a lot of times where me and you were like, oh, this is great. This is great. There was a lot of times like
yes, but there was a lot of times that at least one of our children in particular did not seem like they were having a good time. And I was concerned. Didn't drink enough. You can't really drink that much at Disney.
Oh, you can.
Anyways, I think moral of the story is in a marriage, you have to
give and take.
Let me have a day.
She gives me bullshit and I take it. Yeah.
Gotta let me have a day.
Yeah.
To just get
You can't have every day.
Stop. Really. For real, though, no jokes aside, there are days
no jokes
people
aside,
are
you got it.
Burned out, mommy time. Everyone's talking to me all the time, needing my full attention. Today was a day I just didn't have it in me, and I made bad choices when it came to how I handled the situation. I'm aware. So tomorrow's a new day. Sorry.
Yay, it's recorded. Good.
Well, I'm
going to play that back forever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Moving on.
So. I just got to edit when I called her the wrong name.
Listen, this editing is taking forever. I have to go grocery shopping.
Yeah. That's why you should go to Instacart right now. They connect you with a personal shopper in your local area to deliver groceries from your favorite stores. Instacart delivers groceries in as fast as 1 hour.
Hey, listeners, by following the link in our show notes, you help support our show. By doing this, Instacart is offering our listeners free delivery on your first order over $35.
All right. Well, that's all I wanted to get out of you. So This was a very, very good episode so far.
Stop. Moving on.
So thanks, folks. We'll see you next.
No. So let's recap a little bit on last week's episode.
Okay.
For everybody. So I feel like one of my favorite episodes. I say that a lot, but this awesome. One, the anticipation and how much we couldn't wait for this episode. Like, to record with this guest. And then when we finally got to, super exciting, so funny that we could not wait. So if you didn't hear it, go listen to it. It was Jim Lebrecht from Crip Camp, Netflix documentary, Sundance Film Festival winner, award-winning documentary, Crip Camp. Awesome. He's co-director of Crip Camp. It is, he's much more than that, to be honest. Yeah, he is an advocate. And he's done so much. You need to go listen to the episode. I know it's a little longer, but please go listen to it. It is totally worth your time. Binge it if you have to. Listen to it in pieces. You will get a ton out of it. But, it was so much more than what I thought we'd get out of it, too. Like, I loved the documentary. It meant so much in this house. Like, we saw it and we, couldn't get enough of it.
Tears to our eyes.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it's not only is it just like a documentary, with the feels, there's so much learning about it and stuff I didn't even know about, and just it was awesome. The way it was set up and the way it was presented, the story was told, all of it was just awesome.
It was great.
Can't say enough about it. I obviously have. But we were so excited to talk to Jim, and he was
real
giddy kids,
real star.
Yeah, it was it was really funny. We were talking to him and nervous and like little kids. And then we get on the call with him, and out of nowhere, there's tornado warnings here, which doesn't really happen here.
Well, yeah, no, we knew
there were storms.
Yeah, but
which is not a big deal. Thunderstorms in New England, big deal. And then
so we go down to our basement into our little
we're in our studio, recording studio. We're in our studio, and out of nowhere, the lights start flickering, and then everything just cuts out, and we're like, Jim. We can see him on screen, but we lost him. Our internet went. We never really lost power, but we lost our internet. Yeah. So then we did get him back, but then we lost him pretty quick right after that again. We didn't get our internet back for a while. Oh, so we scheduled to meet. He was so gracious and wonderful to meet with us again the next day.
Yeah, they let us reschedule.
So we were able to finish up the episode. So hopefully you guys couldn't even really tell.
Oh, my superb editing
Eddie's
skills.
superb editing skills.
Of course you can't tell.
But yeah, so gracious to be able to do and to give us his time, because he is a busy man and he's got a lot going on. And so gracious of him to do that. So we really appreciate that. We thank Jim for that. But
yeah, thank you, Jim.
That was awesome. Yeah. So, but speaking with him, really made us realize, and he had said a lot of things that really hit home. And we just watch everything and anything we see on TV because it's important to us, and if we see something that is interesting to us, we watch it. But he had said a couple things that really stood out to me specifically, just about how important it was to see representation on screen, and that it really matters. And, it made me realize that's not going to continue to happen if we're not watching it.
Right.
The more we watch something, the more we're going to see more representation. It's that want to watch shows the people making these films and these TV shows, that there are people watching them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's that, I don't know what they call it in business, but it's a need. It's out there. But if no one's asking for it, no one's making it.
Right. Freaking supply and demand.
Yes, exactly. So if someone's going out to sell these shows, and we saw it when we talked to Mindy Shire, if it's so easy for them to say, oh, no one's going to buy that.
Right.
There's not a big enough market. Well, there definitely is. And it's important to tell these stories, or to just show representation on screen. That's the bigger thing. This doesn't need to be a big story told, this big dramatic story, this, like Jim was explaining, this, it doesn't need to be this whole story where we're telling someone's, rags to riches story or anything like that. It just needs to be, hey, we've got representation on screen right now.
Right.
Like I said this a million times, my favorite shows or movies or films that we were watching are ones where there's just somebody being represented on screen and we're not talking about their disability.
Right.
That they're
we
just...
don't always have to acknowledge it. Like they are just another person that's...
They're just an actor or an actress who got a part because they were qualified for that part.
Right.
That is how this needs to be happening. And, there's not enough people out there auditioning. Well, they're not auditioning because they haven't been given the opportunity.
Right.
I've been turned away so often that now nobody's even trying, or no one's been given the opportunity as a child.
There's no advocacy.
Like, let's get this into schools where we're teaching everybody that they have this opportunity. We know there's not enough money in the arts. Like, I just think it starts from the bottom and needs to be brought right up. And so, I think it starts with us. If we're going to air an episode like we did last week, we need to get it out there in the same way. We need to be advocates the same. Our platform here is to be an advocate. So everybody knows. So if everyone hasn't seen our Instagram, what we've been doing this week, as well as promoting our episode for Crip Camp and with Jim, is on our Insta story and it's on our highlights. We've been showcasing TV shows
and movies,
films, documentaries that we've been watching.
Yeah.
That have great representation in them. And we'll continue to do that as much as we can until we run out, and hopefully we don't.
Yeah, hopefully they just keep coming in.
Yeah. And if you guys have seen something and you want to highlight it as well, please shout it out to us and let us know, because we will post that as well, and we'll retweet it, or we'll put it, re-Instagram it, or anything like that. A few of them that we've been kind of highlighting, we've been using a hashtag, not that anyone needs to trend a hashtag, but it's been representation on screen.
Man, go ahead and trend that
hashtag. But a few of them that we've mentioned this week, obviously Crip Camp is one that we want everyone to go see, because to us that really, really is an important one.
Yep, on Netflix. Check it out.
Yep. Another one that I really, really loved, that surprised me. I didn't even notice it was out there. This is another thing that I'm not noticing they're out there because they're not showing up on my things you want to watch for some reason. But it was an ad that came up while I was watching something else. And it's called Design for All on Hulu. It was really, really neat. I think it's made by Target. And
I haven't seen that.
It was really cool. It was really neat. I would recommend, it was just to show how things impact all of us and how there's a need for design to kind of change in the world. And that's with clothing as well as architecture, all of those things, and why it's so important. So that was a really good one. I recommend everybody go take a look at that. Another one that is now just got picked up for a second season. So I would recommend everyone go see the first season, because I really, really loved that one. What is Special on Netflix? I
didn't see that one either.
Eddie's out of the loop. Clearly, I sit at home and just watch things all day long. But so now he's going to have to go watch all these, right, Eddie?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's called Special. It's with Ryan O'Connell, and it's on Netflix as well. They're getting their second season. So I'm super pumped about that, because so many times we see things come out and they get one season and then we don't hear about them again.
Yeah.
Love that they got picked up for a second season. So please go watch that one. It's fantastic. Not only does it represent the disabled community, disabilities community, special needs community, it also represents the LGBTQ community. So it's two birds, one stone, huge representation, something you need to see.
Oh, cool.
Another one I did see, I think Eddie watched some of this one with me. Loved it. So adorable. It's a perfect, what's the best word? Friendship story of frenemies in the sweetest way, of two kids that really a kid that idolized someone but then became his friend, but also is his not enemy but rival, competitor. It was adorable. It's called the Speed Cubers. If you've ever tried to solve a Rubik's Cube, which I don't think I can solve ever, and little Eddie keeps trying to get me to solve it, and I'm the worst at it. I even tried to YouTube it, and it's not going to happen. These guys solve it in like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
It's fascinating and amazing. It's definitely something you want to see.
Like,
it's
flip it around.
Beautiful.
It's insane.
It's insane what they can do. And it shows that, you know, everybody has an ability that are like super abilities, and that, you know, sometimes a disability can be a super ability, and disability is like a dirty word sometimes, and it doesn't always it sounds negative when it really should be a positive, and we should be looking at it in a different way. I only have a couple more. I know I'm going through a lot, but I want everyone to go watch all these, and I'll link them all in our show notes. Another one who is a dream guest as well of ours.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, is Wampler's Ascent. It's on Amazon Prime. So if you don't have, you know, Hulu or Netflix, you have Amazon Prime, you can watch us on any of these things. Go ahead and find them. Some of these are even on YouTube, so, you know, find them. Listen, if you really, really want to watch one of these, I'll give you my Netflix account to check it out. I don't even care at this point. I want you guys to see these so that representation. We'll pay for your $7.99. I want you guys to see representation. I'm throwing that out there, but I'm not paying for everyone's $7.99.
I was say, wait a minute.
We'll sort of crowdfund me so everyone can start watching these things. But it's called Wampler's Ascent. It's amazing. It's about this gentleman with CP, and he runs a summer camp for kids, and he helps these kids figure out, you know, how they can really accomplish things that they never thought they could accomplish. And he literally climbed and scaled a mountain, and it's insane. I cried through most of it like a big baby, which if you ask Eddie, my heart is cold as stone, so tears don't come out of my face. So it was impressive.
I think a foreigner said it best, right? You're as cold as ice.
We know.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that was Foreigner. Was it? Anyways, Wampler Descent with Stephen Wampler, and he's motivating and inspiring, and the words that he says are amazing, and it ends beautiful. He's beautiful. It's beautiful. You have to see it. Yeah. Okay. Last one for today, but I'm telling you, it's not the last you're going to hear from me, because it'll be all over our Instagram, is Love on the Spectrum. And this one is my favorite.
Oh, this show, it was so cute.
Listen. Okay. For multiple reasons. One, I love British TV, like with a passion. This one's on Netflix now, but I've been literally secretly watching these mini videos on like British TV, like YouTubes and things like that, well before this came onto Netflix.
I think it's just called YouTube. If it's YouTube that you're looking at.
Shut up.
There's no British YouTube.
Thank you.
I was watching the British YouTube, and then I went over to the Chinese YouTube.
You, shut up. Okay, so whatever. I was watching them, and so I've been watching like a mini excerpts of this show for probably a year. Like, I don't know if it's been a year, but it's been a while. And now it's on Netflix, so I can watch it all over again. So some of these I'm just like rewatching. It's called Love on the Spectrum, and it's basically a combination of British TV mixed with matchmaking, like reality TV matchmaking.
The most awkward.
It's amazing. It's like awkward but great. But it's like
film,
if I went on matchmaking,
awkward people.
I'm talking over here. I'm sorry. No, but like I'm awkward on a date. So it's
no way.
Because, well, we've been over this, but like I literally have no filter. So it's like if you put a camera in my face on a date, and then they're just showing this amazing representation of autism, and then they even explain like how everyone with autism is different, and how all of it is a spectrum, and each one of these, when I say characters, they're not characters. I mean, these are, you know, each one of these, I say kids. I want to say kids because they're all very young. Each one of these kids in the episodes, and you follow their journey through dating, is just like such a different personality, and they're on different levels of the spectrum, but they're all just awesome to watch, and you're like rooting for each one of them to find love with another person. And they talk about themselves in such an amazing way, and their struggles, finding love, and who they want to fall in love with. And there's a couple, I'm not even gonna give away a spoiler, but there is one man he's young, but
one
man on this show that I think is so cute. He just wants to love a woman. So he's like, I'm going to take care of her. She's going to be a princess. He's so sweet. I can't. I haven't finished the whole season yet, so I can't wait to find out. I hope he falls in love with a woman. I hope a woman falls in love with him. Hope they get married.
Has he been on dates already?
Yes. And he's on dating this girl who I think is adorable. She's like a little Minnie Mouse. She's so cute. And they're perfect for each other. But that's just my opinion as a matchmaker.
Matchmaker.
We'll see. So go see all of these things. You're in quarantine. You have nothing else to do. Binge watch all of these amazing shows. Let all of these networks, if that's what they're called nowadays, know that you want to watch representation on screen.
They're streaming
networks.
Streaming networks.
That's what they are now, right? Stream networks.
Yeah.
That's all there is left.
Yeah.
So I will find more because I love
there's
to binge
still
watch.
some more.
Oh, plenty.
There's more.
And we're going to make sure that, we share that with our community. And please share stuff with us if you see something amazing, because we love to binge watch at night after the kids go to bed.
Yeah.
So.
Well, she does. I fall asleep.
Yeah, Eddie falls asleep, but I watch it.
Immediately.
So moving on. Next week's episode.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really fun resource.
Oh, this one's going to be cool.
Yeah. So if anyone knows us, they know that we love our off-road vehicle.
Yep. A little side-by-side. My Honda Pioneer 700. So make sure you go out and get yourself a Honda.
Not sponsored. We do really love our off-road vehicle. We have a lot of fun with it. It's a great time, and we feel like when we're driving it, we're just like, this is a blast.
Yeah.
So next week's episode,
when I'm driving it and she's holding on for dear life.
No, but next week's episode's guest, we're not going to give away too much, but we really, if you're at anything like us, where you're like adrenaline junkies or love the outdoors or really like to just get out into the wilderness, this is a great resource for you. Yep. They have a great way to bring mobility and off-roading together in the same place.
What?
And it is so cool. They are so cool. Can't wait to bring you this resource next week. If you are a part of our newsletter, you do get a sneak peek of who our guest is next week. So it is definitely worth checking out our newsletter and jumping on. Hint.
Check it out.
So, and you can sign up for our newsletter right on our website at specialaboutspecial.com. Plug.
Yeah. So go get it.
Awesome.
I gotta get that programmed in our thing. So I can do that. I think it would be now more appropriate.
Do we have anything else?
Yeah, so we got the bag of topics.
You love the topic bag?
Topic bag.
Ugh.
Come on, just like 3 minutes.
I'm like less whiny now, so I guess we can.
No, we can just do 3 minutes or like 4 minutes.
We can do one.
Eddie's rant. All right, my turn to talk.
I hate this. I'll pick it.
See, I just know generally about stuff. That's why it's like, ooh, what
Does
is
it
it?
say farts?
Does it? It probably does.
It says forests. This is perfect. Forests.
Oh, the forests.
Because our guest for next week, his resource, you can use in the forest. So I like this. This is great.
Okay. Well, no. Let's talk about the forest. So,
all right. We only have a couple minutes.
The Amazon was on fire. Has anybody researched what happened? Did that go out? Is that still okay?
Did the fire go out?
Yeah. Did the fucking fire go out?
Like fires go and then they go out and then more fires come up. Are you
right?
asking
But the Amazon rainforest shouldn't be on fire is the thing.
But
so I'm
neither
just
should
curious.
California, but like those fires go out more.
California has like droughts and stuff like that a lot of time because that mountain, the Rocky Mountain line, stops all that moisture from getting to that side.
Do you know why?
Geographically,
I feel like this isn't a topic we should talk about unless we do some research on why the fire started.
So the Magic School Bus told me specifically, that the reason there are deserts is there's mountain ranges before those deserts that stop the moisture from going out to those areas.
Do you know there's way more to why there's forest fires in California? Like way more.
Case, but whatever.
A lot. Yeah. So we can't even get into all that right now.
How about the petrified forest? That's a dope forest. Oh my God.
I don't know what that is.
So one of the oldest trees is in Sweden. It's like 9,000 years old.
Sometimes I think you make these facts up.
No, me and Zach were just talking about it the other day. Do I have to believe his name out? No, we don't.
You have to ask Zach.
Is it okay if I say your name? So, but no,
I think you should just because it would be funny. Just bleep,
about it.
bleep.
And so one of the oldest trees is 9,000 years old in Switzerland.
Okay, well, I think both you and him make up facts. I don't think. Like, where do you
showed
get
me
them?
in the book.
What book?
He put the book.
Where does he have a book?
At his parents'
Encyclopedia?
house. Yeah.
Okay.
For real. Yes.
Stop.
Dude, I can show you the whole. They still have the collection of Encyclopedia Britannica.
I like that you use.
Which I'm sure you can buy from them for 8 easy payments.
Do you think they have? Do you think they have a Twitter? Or
Twitter
like, can you at Encyclopedia Britannica, or like, can you at them at like Instagram? Do you think they have like they're still like a business?
Oh, maybe. Oh, we should check that out.
I'm gonna check right now. Hang on, fact check.
Okay,
guys,
so
fact
back
check.
to no, back to Forrest.
Yeah, you can just rant. Like, I'm checking about Encyclopedia.
Well, no, because I put Forrest in there too, because I wanted to talk about one of my personal dreams was to be a scientist in the Amazon rainforest. So it did break my heart when it was burning, but I like trees.
They have their own Twitter.
That's dope.
We need to follow. I'm following them right now. Everyone go follow them.
Okay.
They even have like they post facts on their Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Do you want to know? You want to know one? Let's do one. Real quick.
Here, hold on. Let's pull another.
No, this is more.
No, I'm going to pull another thing, and then you're going to pull a fact about that.
Well, I can't search it on their Twitter. Like the fact that you're pulling, this doesn't work like that.
That's not a fact.
That's not how Twitter works.
It's just a fucking thing.
That's not how Twitter works.
Oh, this one says cartoons.
No, that's not how Twitter works. You're ruining this.
When did the difference between cartoons and animation?
They said, that's hot. Get it? Learn more about the Death Valley.
Oh, shit.
That's funny. What's your favorite holiday?
Did you not hear what I just said?
No. All right, we're going to move on and say goodbye because we're hitting our time limit.
Okay.
We're not going to keep doing your facts. I'm in a whiny mood. Remember?
Well, we'll be back next week. Well, I will. Maybe Kristen won't.
I'll be in a much better mood, everybody. And we love you so much.
Yeah.
I love everyone else that doesn't live in this house.
I do. I have a Snickers in the freezer. Do you want my Snickers? Do you want my Snickers? Does Kristen want my Snickers? Does Kristen want my Snickers?
Listeners, he's very close to towing the line here. We'll be sleeping on the couch in a moment.
Oh my gosh, I would love to.
Well, I'll make it for you. Have a great night, listeners.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Well, thank you so much for listening. We really hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, please make sure you share with a friend and leave a review.
You can find all the resources mentioned in this episode on our Facebook or Instagram on @specialaboutspecial. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.